Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in this world. It is my esteemed honor and privilege once again to be able to come on the air very briefly and share with you some random thoughts about this particular day on today. I know it has been quite a while since I've had the opportunity to come on the air and share with you what thus saith the Most High. Unfortunately for me, I have had some challenges that I've had to face, but thanks be to the Most High, I am coming back this way. I am feeling so much better, and I deem this an honor and a privilege to be able to come on the air and share with you about not only this particular day, but also some current events that I find to be very, very disturbing. So without further ado, I pray that whoever this spoken word is for, it will resonate with you. And if it does not resonate with you, I pray that somehow, some way or another, it will resonate with you at a later time during your humanistical sojourn in this realm that we call the earth. For those of you who are watching for the first time, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Apostle Yosef Benjamin. That is my Hebrew given name. My government name is Joseph Horn, and I am a licensed and an ordained minister for the past 25 years. The Most High has allowed me to proclaim His word for all these numbers of years. And my fervent prayer, again, is to be able to share with you what the Most High would have me to tell you, His sons and His daughters. I understand today is Easter, and the day Easter is one of the most important days in the community or the realm of Christendom. It has everything to do with the resurrection of the Mashiach, in Hebrew, the Messiah. Excuse me. The one that is commonly called Jesus the Christ. But in Hebrew, pardon me, please. But in Hebrew, his name is either Ahiah or Yahuwah, the Father, and Yahusha, the Son. And the Ruach Hakodesh in Hebrew is translated as the Holy Spirit. I want to take a passage of scripture from the Gospel according to St. Matthew, the 28th chapter. And I'm going to commence reading at the first verse and read a few of the following verses thereafter, where it says, "Now after the Sabbath, as the first day of the week began to dawn, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to see the tomb. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Most High descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it. His countenance was like lightning, and his clothing as white as snow. And the guards shook for fear of him and became like dead men. But the angel answered and said to the women, Do not be afraid, or fear ye not. For I know that you seek, or thou seeketh Jesus, or Yahusha, who was crucified. He is not here. He is risen. As he said, come, see the place where the Most High lay, and go quickly and tell his disciples that he is risen from the dead. And indeed, he is going before you into Galilee. There you will see him. Behold, I have told you. If I were really going to preach a formal sermon, I would use from this thought, good news in an unlikely place. Good news in an unlikely place. Why would I use this topic, good news in an unlikely place? The reason is very simple. It is very simplistic. It is very honest. The reason why I would use this simplistic subject matter is because, as we all know, it is a no-brainer for us all to know that the grave, or in this case, the sepulcher, the tomb, is symbolic of the end of our human listical sojourn on this earth. It is symbolic of finality. It is symbolic of the ultimate conclusion. It is where our earthly remains, our human listical remains, our flesh and blood is laid to rest. We are returned to the earth. But in spite of the tomb being symbolic of finality and being symbolic of human listical ending and conclusion, there is good news. And the good news is that Yahusha, the one commonly called Jesus the Christ, in other circles, he is called Ahia, the Father. He is not dead. He has risen. And see, this is not a resuscitation. It is a resurrection, because to resuscitate means the possibility of dying again. But resurrection means no more death. We just celebrated and we acknowledged Good Friday. We acknowledged Good Friday because it is the Friday that the Most High Son took your and my death penalty upon himself. Now, whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, once upon a time, we were all on death row. But because Good Friday came to be, we were no longer, or we are no longer on death row, because he who had no sin in him decided to take all of the world's sin and put it on him. So we acknowledge and we respect and we acknowledge Good Friday. We celebrate Good Friday, and here it is today, Easter Sunday. Now, it is supposed to be a holy day. It is supposed to be a righteous day. But I want to ask the question, not to be an antagonist, but to provoke thought. Is this day really a day of celebration and worship, or is it a day where it's commercialized? We, unfortunately, who are in the human family, we have developed a very dangerous bad habit. And the bad habit that we have developed over the course of human listical time is to take things that's holy, precious, and sacred, and we commercialize it. And the commercialization of Easter overrides the actual meaning or definition thereof. The reality of the matter is, it is not about Easter eggs. It is not about an Easter bunny. It is about your and my death penalty being taken away from us because we were not fit to live and we were not fit to die. But here we are again on April 5th, Sunday, 2026, according to the Gregorian calendar. And here we are still commercializing that which is holy, that which is precious, that which is sacred. And something is seriously wrong here. I mean, these are just some random thoughts that I have always held in my personal belief ever since I became much older and I have matured to understand the real significance and the real definition of what it's supposed to be, Easter. Now, the text tells us that the stone was not rolled aside so that Yahushua Jesus could get out. It was rolled aside so others could get in and see that Yahushua Jesus had indeed risen from the dead, just like he promised and just like he prophesied. The angel who announced this good news in unlikely places gave them 4 messages. Number 1, he told the women, fear not, don't be afraid. The reality of the resurrection brings joy. It does not bring phobia. It does not bring fear. Don't fear. Don't be afraid. When you are afraid, just remember the empty sepulcher. Remember the empty tomb. Number 2, he is not here. Yahusha is not dead and is not to be looked among the dead. Their mistake was, the angel was saying, you are looking for the living amongst the physical land of the dead. He's not here. He is alive and with his people. That's the second message. The third message is, come and see. The women could check the evidence themselves because the tomb was empty, and it is empty right here, right now. The resurrection, ladies and gentlemen, is a historical fact. And the fourth and final message that was presented from the angel to the women, go quickly and tell. That means go and spread this good news that is coming from an unlikely place, the grave, the tomb of the resurrection. And today is supposed to be the day where we celebrate the death, the burial, and the resurrection. In preparing for this brief thought of good news in an unlikely place, I've come to realize that the very first ones that we see in the text are the sisters, the women, not the men. And it also lets me know that in spite of the deep divide between man and woman, I had to be reminded in this text that there are still some honorable women in the world. It's the truth. There are still some honorable women that still love and respect the Most High. There are still some honorable women that still believe in doing the right thing for the right reason. There are still some good women in the world that understands the assignment. There are still some daughters of Zion. There are still some daughters that do belong to the Most High. All of them don't. All of them don't. But you still have some daughters of Zion. You still have some women that do belong to the Most High. All of them don't. But you still have some that still belongs to the Most High. You say, preacher, what about that woman that disrespected her husband when she French kissed one Chris Brown? Well, I don't know what her relationship is with the Most High. I don't know that. I don't even know her eternal destiny. But I will say this. If she backslid, the right thing to do is pray for her. And pray also for her husband. That's the right thing to do. Pray for them. And whatever is going wrong, may the Most High straighten it all out. Now, I've seen the reports and I've heard the reports where she felt like she didn't do nothing wrong. But the reality of the matter is that right there, to me, that's adultery. That's just simply adultery. And see, the reality of the matter is we are living in a largely anti-God, anti-righteous era. Anti-God and anti-righteous society. Everything that the Bible condemns, people will do. And everything that the Bible condones, people will dismiss it. She disrespected her husband. But because she disrespected her husband, I'm not saying it's right. I'll say again, it was dead wrong of her. And chances are, if my situational awareness and my deductive reasoning skills serves me right, it probably isn't the first time that she has disrespected her husband. But in spite of that loose spirit or that Jezebel spirit, she still has the opportunity to get it right with the Father. Yeah, she still has the opportunity to get it right. And it's between the Most High and her to get it right. Because no man knows the eternal individual destiny of any man or any woman. I know how dark and dangerous and decadent the times are. I understand. And make absolutely no mistake about it, we are living in dark and in dangerous times. I know we are. But in spite of the dark and dangerous times we live in spite of the spiritual war that we are fighting, the Most High still wants all of us to get it right with Him. Because every single day above the ground is a special occasion. It's not about cheap candy. It's not about some counterfeit bunny. It's not about the celebration of fertility. See, the Easter egg is really symbolic of fertility. And the counterfeit god Esther or Easter. Y'all didn't know this. It is about the death and the burial and resurrection. This is Resurrection Day, according to the calendar. And since it is Resurrection Day, are you really honoring the Most High with your life? I'm not condemning anybody that wants to wear a new suit. I'm not condemning anybody that wears a new dress. But I have to ask, what exactly is more important? A new suit, a new shirt, new tie, new accessories, a new dress, new shoes, new stockings, new hat, or having a new mind and a new heart? I'm just being honest. I'm just simply being honest with you. That's just simply the truth. And the reality of the matter is simply this. The truth is, we all have a choice to make. Here's the choice to make. The choice is either get right or lose your soul. May the Most High richly bless you and keep you. Shalom Aleichem.